Okay, so you're considering getting a new kitchen. These days, getting new kitchens has become a really big industry. I look at my own, with my own neighbours. I live in a close with 9 houses. All of those houses have had their kitchens replaced over the last 24 years, 28 years. In fact, some of those houses have had their kitchens replaced a couple of times. The owners of the houses who replaced their kitchens are very pleased with their new kitchens, so that's really, really great. In my case, I still haven't replaced my kitchen. The kitchen was well built. All kitchens are built with chipboard carcass. If you look inside the cupboard, you'll see everything is just white formica. That's over a chipboard carcass. And then you've got the top, you've got the doors. The other thing in the kitchen, obviously, you've got the ceiling and you've got the floor. In my case, the carcass was white chipboard, not a problem there. The doors were oak, so it was solid doors, and they were still fine. They had been waxed, and the wax after 28 years had sort of rubbed off here and there, but nothing more than that. There weren't any broken hinges. The tiles on the top of my work surfaces were all still fine. The tiles on the floor were still fine. The electrical goods in the kitchen over the years I've been replacing as they went faulty, because things don't last forever. So my wife and I decided we're going to refurbish the kitchen. So one possibility is rip it all out and have a kitchen design company design and build a new kitchen. That could cost anything from £5,000 to £100,000. We didn't have £100,000, so that wasn't an option for us. We could have afforded at the lower end. But when we really looked at our kitchen, I decided it just needs a tidy up. So I bought two things. I bought a can of white paint and I bought a can of wax. The doors, I took them all off one by one and re-waxed them. It was a lot of work, probably took about half an hour per door, but they came up just like new. And the work surfaces didn't need any work on, as I just mentioned. The only other thing that needed was some of just the white paint on the walls. So I painted all the walls, painted the ceiling, and we have a new kitchen. So as you'll see from some of the photographs, it shows you what you can do with a can of paint and a can of wax. So what I'm saying to you is, if you want a new kitchen, by all means, consider getting a new kitchen, but do consider whether you can actually reuse what you've got. It's a waste of the world's resources if we're always buying new stuff, throwing away old stuff into landfill, and then buying new stuff, most of which comes from overseas. It's crazy. So if you do need a kitchen, please only buy a new kitchen if you really do need it. Otherwise, do consider actually reusing what you've actually got. Just give it a tidy up, and you might find that it's fine.